You, this set stinks. Well, what is up, everyone? Welcome back to Kitchen Table TCG. My name is Louie. I hope you're having yourself a fantastic day. Today, I want to have a conversation and chat with you about Unfinity. Unfinity is going crazy. There's a lot of things to talk about. I want to compare this game to one of my favorite video games of all time, which is Earthbound. I don't own a complete copy of Earthbound. It would have been super cool to be able to show you an actual copy of Earthbound, but Earthbound was, in my opinion, the greatest RPG of all time, but it had the absolute worst marketing campaign ever in the history of video games. They marketed this game with a full page ad in Nintendo Power saying, "This game stinks." And the whole idea was that they had scratch off things that you could sniff in the game and you could be able to smell the game. But they marketed it as "this game stinks," and people didn't understand that. People were like, why would I buy a game that stinks? Why would I do that? And it's gone down as not just my favorite RPG of all time, but a lot of people's favorite game of all time. It's one of the top RPGs in most people's lists of video games. Now, what does this have to do with Unfinity? Well, Unfinity followed a very, very similar path. Unfinity's marketing strategy was pretty horrible. They managed to really piss off just about everybody in the Magic the Gathering community. They did this whole unset thing, but it's not an unset. And they didn't really, honestly, the name of the set shouldn't have been Unfinity. If it wasn't going to be an unset, if there were going to be legal cards, then they shouldn't have made it an unset. But they did, and the community got really frustrated, and the focus of the community was negative towards the product, much like the focus of Earthbound at the time was negative towards the product. People didn't understand what Unfinity was and what the contents of Unfinity were going to be. So they made a decision about it and they moved on. And maybe you're the same way. Maybe you said at the beginning, I hate that Wizards is putting legal cards in these boxes, and I hate unsets. They're no fun to play. There's zero value at all in unsets. Well, flash forward to today, and that's just simply not the case. But I think a lot of people have missed out on this. We have, just like Earthbound was one of the greatest RPGs of all time, we have one of the best EV sets, probably the best EV set of the year if you look at the risk and reward. Double Masters is the only set that compares in terms of the expected value of opening the product, in terms of what you are paying for the product, but the risk of Double Masters is infinitely higher than the risk of Unfinity. So I did the math for you again. This is now, I think, a week after I did the math for you previously. A booster box right now, and I'm only talking about draft boxes. We're gonna open up about 60 draft boxes this weekend. I think either Friday or Saturday night. My wife and I are actually gonna stream and have some fun opening some boxes with you. But I'm only talking about draft boxes because the cost basis is lower and you get more shock lands. And I think that the draft boxes are a much better play. So that's all we're talking about. So a booster box of the draft boxes is $110. The worst lands in the box, which are in every single pack, the worst lands are selling for 50 cents each. And I know you're like, Louie, I don't want to sell a bunch of cards. Listen, I have put these cards up on the marketplace. I've been selling these cards all week. Listen to me. People are buying like 20 to 30 to 40 of these cards at a time. You don't have to ship many packages. Trust me. I had one person order 250 of these lands from me. One package, shipped it out the door, super easy to manage. Anyway, booster box costs $110. The worst lands in the set are the ones that are on the planet looking up, and they're like, you get about 30 of them in a box. It might even be a little bit less than 30, but I'm giving you the absolute worst case scenario here. Those are selling for 50 cents a piece, which equals out to $15 back in EV. The nice lands, which are the planetary lands, they look like planets, those are selling at about an average of $2.50, and you get about 6 of them. 30 minus 36 packs, 30 of the crappy lands, and then you get about 6 of the nice lands, and you actually get a few more. But I'm being easy on us. That's another $15 for 6 of them at $2.50 each. Every single booster box has a foil Shockland box topper. Average price of the Shocklands, $45. So every single booster box, you get $15 in Badlands, $15 in Nice Lands, a $45 box topper. That means that your cost on a box is $35. Guaranteed, your risk, the only thing that you are risking if you open a $110 booster box compared to the EV, the only thing you are risking is $35, and you get, for $35, you get 36 shots at a Shockland. That's a pretty, I mean, like, take your emotion out of it, take your frustration with, Unsets having, standard legal, not legal, standard legal, but, format legal cards in it. Take your emotion out of that. This set is the best opportunity for you to open up booster packs and meet your money back or even make some profit. I'm not telling you to do it. I'm telling you that I'm doing it. I ordered another 60 boxes this week. I'm cracking them all open because it's fun to open packs. You get a good opportunity to make money, and it's a really cool set. On top of just the Shocklands, you also, I know you don't like those cards that are legal in all these formats, but those cards have value. People are buying the Saws in Half. People are buying the Jace, the Space Jace. People are buying the Cosmic Pup. There are cards in here that people are starting to pick up and want. So this is a story, in my opinion, of poor marketing that led to the consumer not understanding the value that has been baked into this product. And I don't want you to miss out on that, because right now there's a lot of things that aren't going well in Magic the Gathering. Right now there's a lot of losses. Maybe you pre-ordered a $100 and whatever, $35, $40 box of Dominaria and you lost your shirt on it. Maybe you you can't figure out what you should do with Brothers War or whatever. This is an opportunity that everybody has to be able to actually make some money off of Magic the Gathering. So the question I have for you, do you have any? If you're a sealed collector, did you look at this like a normal sealed booster box and pick up whatever your normal rate is? If you usually pick up one booster box, if you pick up 3 and open 1 and keep 2, if you buy a case and keep a sealed case of every box in your closet, did you do that with this set? Did you sit down, or did you miss out on it? Did you skip it? Because listen, I'm telling you, if the marketing was really this bad, and if Wizards, you might not see many more of these. Are you too angry to experience it? Have you even, if you enjoy drafting, if you enjoy playing the game, have you even given this product a chance? Because everybody that I've drafted with has had an absolute blast playing this. I know, you gotta put stickers on your cards, and that's right. Can we just stop and remember that it's a game and it's fun and it's kind of exciting? My daughter freaking loves the stickers. It's kind of fun. It's a fun thing. It doesn't have to be so serious. The draft experience was super good and super fun. I'm telling you what, I know I sound like a fanboy. I'm not. This is a fantastic set that hits every single mark. I will say the legal cards in tournament play and in Commander, that it shouldn't have been labeled as an unset. It's just bad marketing. If this set came out and it wasn't labeled as an unset and it had legal and non-legal cards to make it a fun set, you wouldn't be complaining right now. But because of the history of Unsets, everybody's upset about, and they did a poor job of marketing it. So anyway, that's my thoughts on Unfinity. I still think the value is still there. I'm just doing another check-in with you. The value is still there and it's holding. Fetchlands is selling like crazy. Booster boxes selling like crazy. The value is still there and it's holding up. And I think that this set, pending some sort of massive supply shock where they just dump a whole bunch of supply into the distribution hubs, if that happens, you'll see a decrease in stuff. But the initial supply has been completely absorbed. Distro at one point was basically begging people to take boxes, and now they're saying, hey, look, if you want boxes, you should probably pick up boxes. So that initial supply shock in the open market, not from distro to stores, but actually from stores to the consumer, that supply is gone. That supply has been dried up. And now we're in wave 2 of that supply for stores getting it to the consumers. So the initial supply has been completely gobbled up with really no massive loss in terms of the profit margins for you opening a box. So very interesting. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. If you want to talk about Earthbound, gosh, this game's so much fun. You get to fight literally everything in the world. Anyway, hope you have yourself a fantastic day. Remember to be kind to the people, right? Remember, this is a game. Can we just enjoy, like, I know they did something wild with the stickers and stuff, but like, it's kind of fun. And remember that this is a game. The people you interact with in your LGS, you might be the only people that they get to interact with every single day. You might be the only person that asks, if you go to your LGS this week, today's Wednesday, Friday, go to your LGS, Friday Night Magic, sit down before you start your game, say, hey, how are you doing? How was your week? You might be the only person that asks somebody how they're doing this entire week. Can you imagine what that would mean for that person? Remember to be kind to the people around you. Have yourself a great day, and we'll see you again next video.